ARESxGOD here, and wow, this episode just I'm still in disbelief even after last week, even now that we have this episode out, and it just they're doing such a good job with Bleach. We can't believe it's back. Maybe at some point it's gonna sink in, but yeah, this episode just things got real would be an understatement, and the main villain has such a imposing presence and intimidation, especially after that first scene in the episode. Wow, Yawatch is definitely winning me over, and also have some Hueco Mundo action. It seems things are moving straight to the point, or not dealing with random drag plot lines with pacing issues, and I'm all for it and can't wait for more. So let's get into the episode and talk about it now. Probably the best scene in this episode has to be the first scene. It picks up straight from last episode with Yawatch after he took that guy's arm, which we find out his name Ludas, and the way he was talking down to him, I don't think he has any regard for anybody there. That imposing presence, the intimidation he commands from everybody, telling him, I permit you to talk, but if you aren't going to sit, you don't need your legs. And that guy was just terrified, would be an understatement. He even went as far, I wouldn't dare to do such a thing. How scared do you have to be in front of somebody like that? How imposing he is. The voice is doing so much. I love this. This was my favorite scene we have had so far with the villain side, so to say. Now, before we get more into that, we even see back on the world of the living, everybody, well, not everybody, Ryunosuke mainly being worried about Ichigo. I liked that Uryu had faith in him. If we think back how their relationship started, how antagonistic they were at the beginning, the Quincy and Shinigami, all of that history, which is gonna play a major role to the plot moving forward. And I teased him a bit about being good friends now with Ichigo. Man, I miss them so much. I can't stress how much I've missed this series. And right after that, we have Ichigo returning, and right at that same time, Ryunosuke gets a message about a report, so to say, to all of the Shinigami about what happened with the attack back in Soul Society, and to say there was more to it than the attack on Yamamoto's office with a declaration of war. Apparently from Squad 1 there were 116 dead. Sasakibe also died because of his wounds, so they lost somebody very important, especially somebody very close to Yamamoto, and nobody knew how they're getting past those barriers, everything, how they're getting through security. Pretty sure it's tied to that shadow thing they kept using to get away. Like I said, I have some random information about the plots. I know some bankais and things like that, but I'm still pretty much out of the loop with what's happening, why they're doing this, how they're doing this. So we're gonna discover things together as the anime progresses. But yeah, this was a hell of a start of the episode. After that, we see everybody being very lost in thoughts. Even Ichigo couldn't stand still. He actually goes on patrol. And we have the best reunion. While he was on patrol, man, I missed Nell. He just shows up and instantly slams into Ichigo's stomach with super acceleration. Just direct body slam over there. Of course, he would go on the attack, so to say. But didn't come there for a friendly reunion. He came crying, asking for help, because Hueco Mundo is, which we find out later on, was under attack. Now, what happened with the scene also at the beginning just elevated it even more, because we see the continuation from that before we get into what happened with Hueco Mundo. Now, Ludas saying they need 5 days to prepare for everything they needed to do. Now, Yaoch said something very curious. That's in the future. Didn't you say the collapse is going to happen for both Soul Society and the world of the living because of an imbalance of souls, which it ties a bit with the end of the episode with what Mayuri said, and we'll get to that. Everything being connected, but the way he was talking about it, he has some sort of recognition or something, or he said that Ludas is a prophet, and that guy was just frozen till he didn't know how to answer that. Now we'll have to see a bit more expanding into that conversation maybe later in the future when we find out more about Yaoch. Now I know something, I'm not sure it's a spoiler, I'm not gonna pretend hey this is my theory, but I'm just not going to say it until we get some more context on that conversation there. But after that, Yaoch literally had enough and just explodes his head like you're not needed anymore. And that guy was so entitled at the beginning, and in front of somebody much stronger than him, you see the real person he was. Now, Aburn also gets some attention, if I can put it like that. Yaoch telling him, you are not worth to be praised, but you're also not worth to be punished. So he's pretty much just being there. You did your job, you went after Ichigo, and just after that telling him, become the foundation, and just obliterates him also. So yeah, which we found out they were Arrancar soldiers. But the important thing after that scene, we see that he basically conquered the Hueco Mundo pretty easily. Even has Halibel there captured in chains. We're gonna talk a bit more about that during some flashbacks. But yeah, what she's moving fast would be an understatement. And imposing, very very imposing. Now back in the world of the living, Pesce also shows up. He tried to attack Ichigo, but he missed. Man, I miss them. I miss them so much. Now a bit more serious things. We have the burial for Sasakibe, the ceremony there, everybody being there. We see Yamamoto thinking of in the moment they had that connection, or a bit of a final goodbyes, so to say, between them, kneeling. Yeah, they've been together for quite a long time, and kind of shows that people are going to die here, even though Sasakibe might have not had the biggest presence in the series, the biggest role in the plot and things like that. There's still somebody very important to Yamamoto, and this might make him move a bit more than usual. Now, back in the world of the living, we see Ichigo calling everybody, telling them what he found out from Nell and Pesce about Hueco Mundo. We also find out that Halibel became the ruler after everything that happened with Aizen. They were attacked, and that scene where you see her badly beaten in the cliff there, and yeah, what she just like literal gods descending upon Hueco Mundo. How do you face somebody like that? They were completely outclassed, outmatched, and just, that scene was so good, and he was looking like at them like ants during that. The impression I got from him. And yeah, even Haribel telling the others, Nell and Pesce, to run, and that's when she was taken away, and also Dondo Chaka. Now I don't know why they took Dondo Chaka. Halibel kind of makes sense since she is the ruler, but what would they want with Dondo Chaka? We'll have to find out. Now Pesce also begging Ichigo to help. Ichigo instantly saying he's gonna help. We know how Ichigo is. this is where I'm really curious how Uri is gonna handle this entire situation, saying, I won't be coming, I'm a Quincy, our purpose, we can't help Arankar or Hollows, our purpose is just to destroy them. But yeah, he also has a big connection to everything that is going on. Hopefully we're gonna find out more information about his father, also with Yawach, all of the Quincies. This is literally the end of the arc. We've seen the Shinigami side, we've seen the Arankar side. Now we finally get to see the Quincy side. And we have Stalker Mom, Kisuke Urahara making an appearance, offering to help them get them to Huecomundo. To the Gargantua, and of course he was there. I missed Kisuke and his entrances quite a lot. Hopefully the character I wanna see is Yoruichi, my favorite girl from Bleach, and from a lot of series. Best girl being Yoruichi Shihoin, and I can't wait to see her. Now, this is where somebody also tells Yawach that the item was used, referring to that item that heals, blocks, destroys, ends Bankais. I'm still not sure about that, and he just had that smirk when he was told it didn't work. Now, we finally have them reaching Huecomundo. We see prisoners being taken by soldiers. They almost got notice, but thankfully they didn't get notice. Full of bodies, or like not a war zone. You can't even call that a war zone. It's more like a burial ground, a massacre that happened in Huecomun. I don't think they even stood a chance doing anything, and gotta love the attention to detail when Ichigo still sees Nell as this kid. He protected her from seeing everything that was around her. Now also got me thinking, hopefully we're gonna see more of adult Nell at some point, and not just her kid form. Now we see the way they were able to win this easily is this ratio, or spiritual flame, however you wanna call it, that is able to burn even things in Huecomundo. Now, what I liked after that was the way Ichigo just directly saying he wants to save everyone, not just Dondo Chaka. And even the characters, Kisuke and Pesh, commenting that we knew this was gonna happen with Ichigo. Arankars just were quite some time ago his enemies, and now he's willing to save them. This is why one of the reasons I like Ichigo as a main character, even saving his past enemies. I'm curious how other Arankars are gonna react when they see Ichigo being there to help them. Now, also get to see from the other side this guy with the title Stern Ritter. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Stern Ritter J, with his name Quilje Opie. Seems like a deranged individual, which I like that. We're seeing some exaggerated characters with Bleach. Is always there to offer. With the prisoner saying he's gonna have a selection competition between Hollow and Arankar to see who is going to join them. So basically, forcing them to join. But also there's an entrance exam, and one just got killed just to be made as an example. And getting killed and killed again and again, stabbed and stabbed until he was barely anything left of him there. Now also mingling in the prisoners, there's two girls we found out later, Loli and Meloy, that were always around Aizen, his self-proclaimed aides, and they tried. They really tried, but yeah, they got beach slapped. And I think Loli or Menoli, I confused them, got actually beach slapped directly there. They couldn't put up a real fight, but that was mainly the test, because they wanted somebody who had the courage to go against them. Now, what I liked quite a lot while Quilji was bad mouthing Aizen, saying, why would he have these weak people around him? why Aizen wasn't that great. Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna see Aizen again into the future. I'm sure. I hope. Definitely, this is one of the spoilers. We're definitely gonna see Aizen again into the future, but that's far off. Now we have Welkio's bad mouthing Aizen behind him. His aides were just getting killed, chopped up. At first, I thought we were just executing the prisoner, but we see everybody was getting killed behind behind him, and they were the girls that were working for Haribel. The Tres Bestias, if I remember the title correctly. Nell went into hyperdrive when she realized they were coming there, almost gouged out Ichigo's eyes. Mel, I missed Nell. But yeah, Killjoy wanted for them to surrender, to join their side. They instantly refused outright. They couldn't really beat him, so he still was a bit powerful. Now, before we finish that, we see a bit of captain's meeting. Now, where is saying everything is connected with the missing hollows, everything that has been going on, the attacks, the imbalance of the souls, and this is how the world of the living and soul society will be destroyed, and everybody realizing the Quincy are the one behind this. Now Kyuja beat those the girls, and that's when Ichigo also showed up, and that was pretty much the episode. And yeah, I'm hooked. I mean, I know this is probably me being greedy, but I really wish I had next episode instantly. Just let me binge it. But I'm beyond happy that the series is finally back, and they're doing such a good job so far, and I couldn't be more happy. And next week it's looking like we're gonna have a fight. I'm sorry about my voice; it's been acting up weirdly. I'm trying to speak up, but can't. My throat said not not today. I still wanted to get my thoughts out on the video. I'm really happy the series is back. I'm gonna keep saying it. I know I'm repeating myself, but yeah. Now, I'm curious what you guys thought about the episode, especially about that beginning scene with Yawach and everything. The way how imposing he was. Let me know down in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot. And you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Bleach. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.